What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's Quisha King, and today I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about lately. So, I came across this video of these Muslim men in Dearborn, Michigan, standing up for their families, their children at the school board. Let's take a look.
We're the people that said that people on a chair. We have looked at you. Hold them up! 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 Hold them up!
Now, that just warmed my heart. I was so happy to see men. I'm all for my mama bears, but it's something about when a man steps into a room. Men, real men, come into the room. It's something about when real men step into a room, when they step into your home, they settle the room. They get things in order. Um, they take control. They are able to think through things. They're able to get things done. And this is what, in my opinion, has been missing from the school board um, meetings. Real men, real men coming in and standing up. I'm talking about in mass. Every father whose child is in these schools, they need to be showing up. And it made me start to think about just America as a whole and how we got to this place. I mean, when you are literally showing pornographic materials to children, I mean, I don't know. I mean, how much far down the rabbit hole are we going to go? How much more debased can we get where we are just going to be like, well, they're showing porn again to the kids, honey. Nothing to do here, nothing to see. But these fathers, these Muslim fathers, they have had it. And when you look at it, you don't really. There are women there, but they letting their husbands handle their business. They letting their husbands do what they need to do. And I would love to see more fathers coming in and standing up and saying, cut the crap. Are we going to shut this thing down? Because you are not going to be showing my children these types of material. And the fathers there saying this has nothing to do with, adult LGBT, whatever people. This has to do with showing inappropriate images and reading materials and curriculum to kids. That's what it's about. This is not about this. You want to erase trans people and LGBTQ people from the planet. Nobody wants to do that. Y'all been running around here doing your thing for a long time. You know, anomalies, not saying that it doesn't happen, but America's not a country where, you can't come out of your house if you're a part of, a gay person or a trans person. We're not even doing that. So that whole thing is you don't want me to exist. You don't want me to, whatever. No, I don't want porn shown to my child. That's what I don't want. How about I tell you what I don't want and you stop trying to tell me what I want? Let me just tell you what I want. I don't want porn shown to kids. I don't care if it's heterosexual, homosexual, trans, pan, whatever it is. I don't want it shown to kids. It's just point blank and period. And so when I saw this, it made me start thinking about other situations where it made me start thinking about the lack of this in society. It made me start thinking about weak men. Because, if you're a woman growing up in today's society, you probably have had an encounter with a weak man or two. And it's just not the move. It is weak men do not bring out your femininity. Weak men do not settle the room. They don't get things done. They are very passive. They're not. Oh, and one of the other things that I cannot stand about, and this is particularly to with Black weak men, is Black weak men that are always talking about how some white man has power over them. That is such a turnoff. You know, I couldn't get a job today because of the white man. I couldn't whatever. You can't do anything because of some other man. That is such a turnoff to a woman. How are you going to procreate with a man who is always making excuses and blaming things on other, some man, some stranger that he doesn't even know? That is weak. It is weak and it's a turnoff. That is why a lot of women, they get aggressive. They come out of their roles because men aren't doing their roles. And it makes dating and marriage really hard. It makes it really hard. How are we going to turn the tables around where men are going to be men again? Because the woman has just been pushed up in society where she can do no wrong, believe all women, and women do everything great, and you can't criticize a woman, and you can't women are beyond correction, and we are just beyond reproach, and you just cannot ever say anything bad about a woman. And it's like, well, okay, well, I know most women are not going to want to be out here when things go down. Who wants to be out here, you know, doing what men are supposed to do? Most women, we don't want to do that. We don't want, like, if we have to, of course we will, especially when it comes to our kids. We're going to protect our children, but most men, we don't want to do that. Women don't want to do that. We don't. And the ones who claim that they do, those anomalies who are just that's something because you felt like you had to do it, not because you want to. So, and I don't think the fault purely lies on the man, and I don't think the fault purely lies on the woman. I think it's been a balance, but I think because men are the leaders, men are the they're supposed to be the head of the household. They're supposed to be the ones that come in and make the logical decisions. They're supposed to be the ones that can see things, clearly and thinking ahead and doing all this. I do think at the end of the day, that responsibility falls on the man. Because even if we take it back to like, oh, well, they came and removed the men from the home. Well, nobody could remove the man unless you allowed yourself to be removed. Nobody could remove the man unless you allowed yourself to be removed. I'm just going to say that. And, especially in America, where when things started to, um, when after the Civil Rights Act and all these kinds of things and all these laws and everything, we did not, Black America in particular, we did not have to accept these things because lately I've been hearing about well, in the 70s or in the 80s, crack was being put into the Black neighborhoods, and that's why, and all of these excuses, but nobody made Black people, Black men, they could have presented it, but that doesn't mean you had to accept it. Especially when you saw what it was doing to the community. Like at some point, you should have been like, whoa, 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 okay, this is not good. This is not good. This is not beneficial for me, my children, my family. Like at some point, we have to take responsibility. But that's what men do. That's what real men do. And because there has been just such a lack of real men standing up and doing what is right, it is why we see the corruption in politics. It is why we see the corruption, the dismantling of the family. It is why literally we see all of the institutions falling because we don't have enough real strong men standing up and doing what they are supposed to do. And, you know, when men have left, then it created this cycle of, the woman led home and they have boys. And then now the boy doesn't even want to be a boy anymore. He doesn't even want to grow up and be a man because all he knows is women. And then women get put on this pedestal and say, well, I don't want to be a man because they have to deal with this responsibility. They have to deal with all of this stuff. I don't want to do that. I'll just go and slap on a wig and some lipstick and I'll just call myself a girl. Now it's being accepted into society. I just came across this video. It's just mind-boggling. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. The Everyman Project. Y'all check this out. It's crazy.
I'm one photographer, but my contribution for the culture came from me getting tired of the work that I was doing. And I didn't want to be comfortable anymore. I wanted to change the industry. One thing that always stuck with me working in the fashion industry is we're always selling a fantasy. I got to a point in my own journey as a person, I had to start asking those questions. Well, whose fantasy are we selling? Once I started doing those exploratory questions, I started to think, like, why aren't we seeing a more diverse group of men in media, especially in fashion? I decided to open a conversation and create the Everyman Project. The Everyman Project is a body positivity initiative that encourages body diversity in the fashion industry and actually all industries in the entertainment sector, as well as dispelling toxic masculinity and really redefining what it means to be a man. Being a man means being strong. Being strong in that sense means being stoic, means being emotionless, and that's not real. We are all complex beings, no matter where you are on the gender spectrum, and to be forced into that way of living, like it's destructive. And that's what we want to show with the Everyman Project, that men can be vulnerable, that men can have feelings, that men can cry. So it's okay to be weak, and to be able to show that. I think there's a real beauty in that, and there's something that's real about that, and that's something that people need to see. Growing up as a child, in terms of seeing myself in media, in visuals and ads, like I never did. And even being queer, like I felt like I had to fit a certain body type to be desirable or to be seen as attractive. And that's something that stuck with me all the way into like my late 20s, and just not feeling like desirable, honestly, because we have these images that are projected upon us, things that we're supposed to conform to. Like I really felt truly like an outcast, and I know I'm not the only one. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be a voice for that. If no one else is doing it, I will use my voice and my skills as a fashion photographer and put out campaign-worthy that is going to change thought.
Okay, that's enough of that. So basically, you saw that. That's not a man. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not. You can grow a beard. You can, first of all, I'm going to need you to put some chapstick on or something, because, baby, like, you're in the fashion industry. Okay. Okay. Anyway, y'all need to understand that this is what will shape culture if there is nothing else that comes to counter this. That's not a real man. That is a girl. And if there is nothing that comes to counter this, if you want your sons to be that, do that. How are you, they're like, well, we don't like the way traditional men are, they look and how they are and stuff like that. Listen, let me tell you something. You need men to be in shape. You need men to be able to, run and, chase down the bad guy in case something happens. Like, Ain't no woman checking for that. The only person that's checking for that is not a real woman. No real woman is looking for that. And all of these men who think, well, I'm just going to push back and I'm going to create this new space, and that women are going to just be attracted to that. Women are not going to be attracted to that, and you're going to be sad and lonely. You're going to be sad and lonely because that's not what women want. We are naturally attracted to strength. We are naturally attracted to ambition. We are naturally attracted to protectors. We are naturally attracted to providers. That's just the way the package comes as a woman, a real woman. And most men come in a package where they want to be providers and protectors. They want to be strong. That's why boys, they're rough and tumble. And I watch my nephews, and they're always like, or they're trying to rough each other up, and they're trying to test their strength, and they're trying to prove how much stronger they are. And they want to, oh, auntie, I can do it. Look at me. They come like that, and then their father is there to foster that. And these people are going to be sad and devastated when they realize that, oh, women don't want that. So, not to say that they want women, but I'm just saying, if they do, it ain't gonna happen because women don't want that. Anyway, my point is that we have a problem on our hands, and we need more men like those Muslims to stand up for families, stand up for kids, stand up alongside these mothers. I know in the Muslim community is a lot different than it is from, maybe Christians and other communities where, women aren't as silent. But we certainly need men to stand up. We will gladly, I will gladly pass the baton. You can go down to the school board meeting and fight with these people. Please. You can go down or you can go down there to the city council and the mayor's office and whatever. Yeah, yes, please. You go and fight with these people. I have a lot of confidence that men could actually turn this thing around like that. Men could stop this foolishness in an instant if they actually got some courage and did something about it. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This has been I was so happy to see these Muslim fathers standing up for their families, standing up for their community, standing up for the next generation. It really just warmed my heart. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video, and subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I will see you next time.